So recently, when my nephew passed away, and it was so tough, it was so painful. We were all very sad, and especially the parents who were suffering. The loss was huge. And I noticed that after a few days, when I was getting back to my usual work and my routine, or maybe, when I was sitting with my family or maybe some friends, and there were moments where we we laughed or we smiled. I realized and I noticed that there was a certain feeling of guilt inside me, which was actually stopping me to get back to my routine or laugh or smile or do certain things. And I couldn't really understand how to cope up with that guilt of getting back to life, getting back to work while others, and especially the parents, are in so much pain. And then while I was reflecting, I realized that there's a difference between accepting and forgetting. So if we accept whatever has happened, and there's a reason why it has happened, and it is a will of Allah, and then we get back to our work and routine and regular talking and things, versus when we say that, okay, just forget about everything and what happened and just, move on. So, there is actually a difference between moving on and moving forward, which I think is important to explain here. And that is the first time that I heard this was probably, I think, from one of the, talks of Dr. Umar Suleiman. And then I researched about it and I reflected upon it. And that was very, very beautifully said, because moving on, it gives a connotation of just, forgetting the thing and, get over with it. And it kind of invalidates your feelings and emotions. And it is suggested to happen at, that particular time, that's now. And you're like, it gives a connotation of just, move on, forget and leave this particular thing over here, your emotions, your feelings, and whatever has happened, and just move on in life. How and on the other side, moving forward, this indicates that indicates a direction, and it is not concerned about time. So no matter how slowly you move, of course, we do not forget our loved ones. We can never forget them because they are part of us. They remain with us. And when we say move forward, it's basically helpful in a way that, it indicates that we continue to live our lives. You continue to live your life and, take certain steps to carry on and move forward, no matter how slowly that is. So it's important that, yes, we want to remember our loved ones always. It's okay to remember them. It's okay to talk about them at events, at every place, every occasion, every event that you're celebrating. Why can't we just recall our loved ones as well? But it's also okay to smile or to laugh or to get back to your routine and work or attend events, because that is also part of life. And it does not indicate or reflect that we have forgotten. So the questions is basically, how are you choosing to move forward now? And what kind of a person you want to be now? How can, the another question that one can ask himself or herself is that, how can I be a better version of myself that can benefit me and also maybe, benefit um our loved one who has left us? So how are we choosing to live now? Because if certain thing has happened, a certain situation or event has happened, and that's a big one, that's a huge one, there has to be something to learn from it. You have to, yes, we have to move forward, but with certain learnings. Who are we becoming now? Who do I choose to be now? What differences and changes do I need to bring in my life? What do I need to reflect on? Because recently I got to reflect a lot. I gave myself time to grieve, to just not do anything and just, feel the sadness and loneliness, because those were very important emotions that I had to process. But then do reflect, do, ponder over certain important things in life and move forward.